Exe. It's Gift Tea Makeke, the finest under the sun. And today, I just want to talk about ideas. And I've been, last year I read a legendary, an iconic book by Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And if you have read books, you would always notice that most people would always acknowledge the book. As an author, when you write, you have to acknowledge the books that really like inspired you. So last year I finally got an opportunity to read the book, and the center of the book is basically, as the title says, Think and Grow Rich. It's centered around thoughts, so Napoleon Hill states that thoughts are things. And all the time when I walk around like Josie, I always get inspired. When I look at things, when I look at structures, skyscrapers, I get inspired to actually execute ideas in different spaces, whether because this is proof everything. There was a time when it used to be somebody else's thought. There's people who had an idea of what we see today as the city, this beautiful city of Jozi, and it has so many names, but it used to be a thought, it used to be an idea. And there's a whole lot of things that we see today that are tangible, that are physical. Hence, Napoleon Hill says thoughts are things that are tangible, but they start in your mind, then they get transmitted into the physical world. So, as in about this everything that happens in the physical world, in the spirit. So, the thought is, Langaville's finest was an idea at some point. It was a thought, and now it's a fashionable clothing brand, an amazing designer brand. Now it's the finest teas, and everything that we know, all these big companies, these corporations, they were an idea. And there's organizations that used to fund. I don't know if now they still exist, but there's ideas that used to fund. There's organizations that used to fund ideas. So because there's power in ideas, there's so much power in ideas. So everything that we see, this was an idea, and now it's a clothing item. This is these now. And when you read because today really the sense of the conversation is pretty much inspired by other people's ideas, the books that I've read, So when you read Genesis in the Bible, and you check the story of Joseph, the power of ideas, the power of dreams has the potential to get you into trouble, and the dreams can get you out of trouble. To give context, as we know, Joseph had 11 brothers, and Jacob's sons were 12 in total, including him, but he had 11 brothers, and he had a dream. He dreamed of the stars, the moon, the sun. He dreamed, and the interpretation of dream is like he dreamed that his family is going to, he's gonna rule, and he's gonna be a ruler, and his family is gonna worship him, or is gonna praise him. So that in itself caused a problem, because he was excited and talked about the dream, and of which, like most of us, we are like that. When you have a dream, you have ideas, you talk about it, you tell abantu, and And as a result, like, his brothers became jealous because of the dream. They sold him to a nation. At this point, I can't really remember the nation that they sold him to, but they had an idea to kill him. But one of them said, no, let's not kill him. But then they sold him, and eventually they sold him to the Egyptians, and he made his way into Egypt. So when he was there in Egypt, because of the dream, when you are a dreamer, you have ideas, you tend to attract, a lot of things, and a lot of people. So because of his discipline, his ambition, as a result, Potiphar's wife became attracted to him, and she wanted to have an intercourse with him, but he respected and acknowledged the position that he is a servant in Potiphar's house. So because he denied to do that, he refused, then he was framed with rape, and he found his way into prison. We know the story. And when he was in prison, the fellow inmates had dreams, and he interpreted the dreams for them. And then when he interpreted those dreams, as a result, at least a stage, the inmates were released, and he was left inside. And he asked them, please remember me whenever things are fine outside. And they promised they will remember him, but unfortunately they forgot about him until Pharaoh had a dream, of different 7 cows, good and bad, which represents abundance and hunger and famine, rather. So those guys, that's when they remembered, no man, when we were in prison, there's a guy who had who interpreted our dreams. So I think he'll be able to interpret your dreams. So, Joseph was in a mess in prison because of a dream. And when he was in prison, he was able to resolve and interpret people's dreams. And the same people that he interpreted their dreams, they forgot him. But when they were out, they remembered him because of a dream. So that is the power of a dream. That iphupho liyakufaka enkingeni nje. Abantu bakujikele balwe nawe nje ngenxa yephupho. Bese iphupho liphinde likhiphe enkingeni likuphumelelise. So this is just proof that ukuthi let's keep on dreaming, and then when I'm with my parents, like my visitor respectively, I always hear and listen to them, still dreaming at their age. Yes, there's dreams that they have achieved, but they still dream about it. I want to do this, like big dreams, and I remember, because now I love to read, and I'm a huge fan of Proverbs. There's a proverb that says, young people live on hope and old people live on remembrance. But my parents, a different story, because they always have hope, things to look forward to, and that is proof of you need to dream as if you are going to live forever. And I had this line a while ago. I think I was in church, the pastor said you must dream as if you're going to live forever, and you need to live each day like it's your last day. So your ideas, your dreams, like just you don't really, the beauty about the dream, it is a dream, you don't look at the reality because it is the dream. So we need to embrace our dreams. And I remember when I was young, and traveling every day, I used to have a lot of ideas, thoughts, and no one could convince me otherwise why they wouldn't happen or whatnot. Because that's the beauty about being a child, so you are colorful, you are creative before you get before bachelors or visitors on travel. So to everyone, young and old, man, our ideas are are things, are tangible things, and our dreams are really, they can turn to physical things. Our ideas are really indeed valid. As they always say, dreams are valid. So have yourself an amazing week. It's Gift Tea, Makeke, the finest under the sun.